my friends, how are you today? My name is Ken Show and I work as a spiritual guide. And the reason why I became a spiritual guide is because since I was a teenager, I had the ability to astral project. That's right, astral travel or astral projection is what people refer to having an out-of-body experience, OBE for short. There is the belief that astral traveling is the same as traveling with your soul outside of your physical body. This, turns out, is not what astral travel really entails. And in this video, I'm going to give you an introduction as to what astral traveling is and demystify all the misunderstandings about this wonderful extrasensorial skill, of which I have plenty of experience with, for I consider that I have achieved mastery of astral travel. And in my course, I will help you to achieve astral projection and to master this skill. My own astral experience began like this. When I was a kid, my mother would tell me the story of how when she and her sister were very little, for some reason, maybe as an instinct, they would go and lock themselves in the bathroom, sit on the toilet and start repeating the phrase, I am I am I am I. And by repeating this phrase continuously, they would feel how their consciousness would detach itself from their physical bodies. And then they would see their physical bodies from above. They found this experience to be quite fun, but they were also a little bit afraid of it, which is understandable since they were kids and it is normal to fear what we don't understand. In any case, they continued doing the experiment until they became adults and stopped doing it altogether. But the interesting thing is that when my mother told me about this experience, she sort of sowed a seed in me to try and repeat this out-of-body experiment, which I did. I would go to the bathroom, lock myself in, and start to repeat the same phrase, I am I am I am I. The only problem is that nothing was happening. I wasn't able to leave my physical body, and so I forgot about the whole thing until I reached my teenage years and I began to experience what people called the sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when you feel that you wake up in the middle of the night and you're lying on your bed, but you can't move your physical body. For many, the sleep paralysis can be terrifying. There were times when I even had the sensation of having someone or something getting on top of me, and I could feel that heaviness, that weight on top of me, and I would feel my body very tense, unable to move. All of this would be very scary, of course, until I told this experience to a friend of mine, and she told me the same thing would happen to her, and she said she believed this is what people refer to as astral travel. So the moment she told me this, that's when I remembered that I have heard about astral travel, which was the ability to leave your physical body and to explore other dimensions, and that it was some kind of extrasensorial skill. And I began to realize this was actually what my mother and her sister were doing when they were kids. And my friend, the one who told me about astral travel, also said that she didn't like to sleep on her back because that's what would trigger the whole experience. So that turned out to be another clue. So all of this was precious information to start researching about astral travel. And that's when I discovered many things about astral travel. I found out that sleep paralysis was actually a transition between the physical and the astral body, and that it was a good thing to sleep on your back to help to astral travel. I also discovered the mantras, which are powerful sounds that have effects on the chakras, the energy points of the body. So, once I learned the mantras for astral travel, I remember that one day I went to the gym and went back home tired, and I decided to take a nap, and when I was laying in bed, I started vocalizing the mantras. And it was an interesting experience since by vocalizing the mantras, I started feeling a tingling sensation all over my body. This tingling sensation surely made me realize that the mantras were having an effect on my body. Yet, in the end, I actually fell asleep, And falling asleep is something that we must avoid when we are trying to do the direct transition into the astral world, what is called the astral projection. Because normally, if you fall asleep instead of doing the astral projection, then what normally happens is that you either start dreaming or you just don't even remember dreaming, but lose consciousness. And so the possibility to astral project gets ruined. Unless, of course, that you become lucid in a dream, which is actually another way to visit the astral world, and of which we will be talking about in the course. So, to avoid the possibility of falling into a dream, I recommend to try the direct transition when lying on your back in bed, feeling a bit sleepy, yes, but with your mind still active, being conscious that you are still awake, and avoiding falling asleep altogether. That would be the perfect situation to achieve astral projection, and this is something that I will be teaching you in the course. So, going back to my first astral experience, as I was telling you, I failed to do the direct transition into the astral world in this first time that I tried to astral project consciously, and instead I fell into a dream. But something very weird happened in that dream. Something which I now interpret as divine help. It seems that the divine part of me wanted me to have an astral experience, because in the dream I saw my brother and he was playing with a toy. It looked like a wizard's staff, and my brother in the dream gave me the staff, and the moment that I grabbed it, I started feeling this very strong vibration, and all of a sudden I was awake in my bedroom, hovering over my physical body, which I could see from above, sleeping. I immediately realized that I had achieved astral projection, and in my excitement, I tried to leave my room through the window, and the moment I touched the window, I could feel the glass and even hear the noises from outside, and I couldn't get through the window in this first occasion, although in fact it is possible to go through surfaces in the astral, which I have done in other occasions. So I felt the impact against the glass, and that brought me back into the physical body. And I immediately woke up, stood up, and was so excited of having achieved it. That was the first of many astral travels that I've had. And ever since, I lost any fear of having an out-of-body experience. Not only that, but I actually discovered that astral projection was completely safe. In fact, the modern esoteric sources from which I learned astral traveling already spoke about astral projection being completely safe. And not only that, but that every single person gets to experience astral projection every night. It's just that most people can't remember them. That's right. Most people leave their physical bodies behind every time they sleep. They are just not conscious about it. And that's something that every single astral traveler soon finds out. In many of my astral experiences, I have actually encountered my family and friends already out of their physical bodies, interacting in the astral world, but being completely unaware of it, since they are interacting in their minds with the dream images generated by their subconscious, instead of interacting with the pure astral world. That's another important detail, that when you have an astral travel, you're not really getting your soul outside of your physical body. What's getting out of your physical body is your astral body, a vehicle that's part of you and that is specifically designed to interact with the fifth dimension, which is also the dimension where dreams happen. Yet, when we explore this dimension consciously, we leave the dream images behind and realize how wonderful the astral world can be in its pure essence, free from dream images generated by the mind. And it's just that in the astral world, we can receive teachings from enlightened masters and even extraterrestrials. We can explore hidden kingdoms. We can explore the past and the future. We could explore the history of mankind, find out what the dinosaurs looked like. We can even visit ancient Egypt with its pyramids and its secrets. We can see past civilizations such as Atlantis. We can go to healing temples to be healed from any disease. Also, we can go to a library where we can access any possible knowledge, a place known as the Akashic Records. There's even a temple in the Astral that is known as the Temple of Universal Languages. There, we can learn any possible language and wake up now knowing how to speak it. We can all do this in a safe way because we all have something called the silver cord, an astral organ that unites the physical body with the astral body. This silver cord is never cut off unless destiny dictates it is our time to die. Something that happens when it has to happen, and it is not something that is going to happen by having astral travels, because like I said, we are all having astral travels every night, whether we remember it or not. This silver cord is mentioned in Christianity. There is no conclusive scientific explanation for astral travels, only experiments that show that the mind is experiencing unusual frequency changes in comparison to dreaming or deep sleep. Every evidence that exists about astral traveling is anecdotal. However, these have been documented in ancient cultures and religions. For instance, ancient Egyptian religious texts call the soul or consciousness with the name of Ba. This Ba is capable of leaving the physical body in a subtle body called Ka. This Ka is thought to refer to the astral body. Even Christianity talks about astral experiences. According to Hermetism, Theosophists, and Rosicrucians, the astral body is an intermediate body of light that unites the rational soul to the physical body, while the astral plane is an intermediate world of light between heaven and earth. Similar ideas can be found in Hindu scriptures and Taoism. The New Age considers astral projection to be an extrasensorial skill which opens the door to the development of other extrasensorial skills such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, past life remembering, intuition, and telepathy. But it doesn't matter what you might read about it. The whole purpose is for you to experience astral travel. So, if you are interested in learning astral traveling from an experienced astral traveler, then join my astral travel course. You can find more information in the description below.